Anyway, in our next group of grants, neurobiology, we're looking at energy balance, feeding, and cognition. So these are obviously really important areas for our kids, and we have 3 grants in this group. 2 that are looking at feeding behaviors and what underlies the circuitry of that, and 1 that's looking at cognition. So the first is from Dr. Joe at Albert Einstein, and there's a particular set of neurons, the POMC neurons in the brain, and they regulate energy intake, energy expenditure, glucose metabolism, all of which obviously are important in PWS. Previous research has shown that these POMC neurons don't function adequately in PWS mouse models and likely in PWS as well. So in this particular study, Dr. Joe is going to use mice that are lacking the MAGEL2 gene, which is one of the PWS genes, and look at it specifically in the POMC neurons, excuse me, to identify how that loss of MAGEL2 in those particular neurons impacts weight and obesity. So why are we interested in this? Well, Dr. Joe is an expert in the neurobiology of feeding behavior. He's made a series of important discoveries about how these POMC neurons function. And so now he's going to apply that expertise to PWS. The researchers are going to also look at how the POMC neurons impact a part of the brain, the amygdala, which is important in controlling motivation to eat and food seeking, which we know is important in PWS. So these studies may provide a novel mouse model that mimics the energy balance disruptions that we see in PWS. So we know PWS is about, that desire to overeat, but it's also about that lack of energy balance. So, calories in really seem to stick on a person with PWS. So the long-term goal is to understand the cellular mechanisms underlying food intake and weight gain in PWS, and it may lead to improved treatments for overweight and obesity.